JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, teen girl hospitalized with gunshot wound to the head. A Rockford teenager is hospitalized after she was rushed for medical treatment Thursday with a gunshot wound to her head. The police say they received a report about 4:48 p.m. regarding the shooting incident in the Walker Road area. According to a source, the teen is now in stable condition, and the doctors are monitoring a swelling to determine if they can perform an emergency surgery. Information received is that a female relative was allegedly playing with the gun when a round was discharged. The police say nobody has been arrested and the firearm has not been recovered. Murder suspected in Clarendo farmer's death. Shock and disbelief now hangs over the community of Springfield in rural Clarendo after an elderly man was found dead at his house. Murder is suspected. The body of 79-year-old farmer Lanford Henry was discovered about 2:50 p.m. on Wednesday after a relative who noticed a change in his routine went in search of him. Matthew Chambers, who said his uncle always visits his farm early in the morning, thinks thieves may have something to do with his death. Animals are missing from his farm. I can't say exactly what happened, but I think the ram goats may be the cause of it, he said on Thursday. The country turned upside down. Imagine you work all your life and retire and enjoy yourself. That's the time people are going to just come and take your life and all you have. I have a lot of uncles, but he's my best uncle. The whole community him responsible. Him not deserve this death, added Chambers. According to Councillor Colin Henry of the Thompson Division, JLP, it is alleged that hoodlums broke into the elderly man's house prior to his death. The police are doing their investigation into this suspected case of murder. It's a community that we're seeking to build, and this is something we don't want in this area. He's a hard-working farmer and a well-known deacon in the community. The community is saddened by this act, and it's a sad day for Jamaica when persons can kill an elderly man like this who is a church deacon, he said. Henry said support will be provided to the grieving family. We are seeking to build this community, as we have had major investments recently from JSIF through partnership from MPs Philip Enriquez, Robert Morgan, and Councillor Herschel Brown. I'm calling on the citizens to reach out to the police if they have any information on this case, pleaded Henry. 3 men killed in Westmoreland. The bodies of 3 men were found riddled with gunshot wounds in Westmoreland between Thursday night and Friday morning. 2 of the men have been identified as 47-year-old Devon Hendricks and 43-year-old construction worker Melcardo Daly, otherwise called Ellie, both of a Salt Spring district address. A police source said that residents said the men were killed because of female companions. According to the police's corporate communications unit, CCU, the 3 men were traveling in a motor car when explosions were heard and the police were summoned. Upon the arrival of the police, Hendricks was seen lying on the ground with gunshot wounds. Meanwhile, on Friday, residents stumbled upon Daly's body and called the police. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The 3rd man was found dead in a cane field in Retreat, Little London. A resident who did not want to be identified by name said that the vehicle they were traveling in was set ablaze. The Westmoreland police are investigating. Man suspected of killing police constable charged. Detectives assigned to the Major Investigations Division who have been probing the murder of one of their colleagues, Constable Jermaine Brown, made a breakthrough on Friday with the preferring of formal charges against one of the suspects. Charged is 19-year-old Giovanni Finlay, otherwise called Jojo, of Paul Mountain District, Kitson Town in St. Catherine, and Pelican District, Discovery Bay in St. Anne. In addition to murder, Finlay will also answer to the charge of illegal possession of firearm. According to detectives, he surfaced as a suspect in the case during several days of intensive investigative work that followed the murder of Constable Brown on July 19. Finlay, who was on bail for a previous offense, was apprehended on Friday, July 29, when he appeared before the court. He was charged for the murder of the policeman on Thursday, August 4, after he was positively pointed out on an identification parade. His court date is being finalized. Constable Brown, who was 31 years old, was brutally shot to death in Johnson Pen, Spanish Town in St. Catherine. Brown reportedly went to the community in his private motor vehicle about 4:50 p.m. when gunmen attacked him and shot him several times. Old Harbour Road, shooting victims treated and released. The St. Catherine North Police Division has confirmed that the 2 persons who were shot and injured along Old Harbour Road in St. Catherine yesterday were treated and released from the hospital. We are pleased that the 2 victims were treated and released, a senior officer said. Although their injuries were not life-threatening, were maintaining a serious presence in the space. According to police reports, a bike drove up on Friday on several persons, hitting the two, which included a 13-year-old. According to a source, yesterday's incident was connected to recent attacks in St. John's Road and Torspen in Spanish Town. "We're tired of the criminals trying to maim the community," one resident said, demanding more serious police presence in the area. Man leads cops to illegal gun he admitted having. 26-year-old fisherman Ashani James has been charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition after voluntarily leading the police to where the weapon was stashed. It is understood that James, an alleged lottery scammer, told law enforcers about the gun while in custody at the Montego Bay police station. Officers had no prior knowledge of the weapon's existence. It is reported that about 6:45 a.m. on Wednesday, police conducted an intelligence-led operation at James's home in Bottom Road in Orange District, St. James. He was being sought as a person of interest in a case of murder committed back in 2020. A search of his premises resulted in the seizure of 7 cell phones, 26 sheets of paper, and a composition notebook containing the names, addresses, and telephone numbers of people residing overseas. James reportedly admitted to police that he was trying a thing to make money. He was subsequently arrested and taken into custody for possession of identity information. It is also reported that while being processed at the Montego Bay CIB, James voluntarily admitted he was in possession of an illegal gun which he wanted to hand over to the police. He was subsequently taken back to his premises, where he took the police to a thickly vegetated area and pointed out the spot where the gun was buried. The area was dug up and a black plastic bag containing a black .44 Magnum revolver with 3 9mm live rounds and 3 spent casings was found. James was transported back to the Montego Bay police station where he was charged after a caution statement and a question and answer session. A court date for James has not yet been reached. Riverton City Dump to be closed. The Riverton City Dump in St. Andrew will be shut down, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced. He did not give a timeline. The facility is Jamaica's largest garbage disposal site and is notorious for its mystery fires and persistent health concerns. Holness says by September, he'll meet with Anthony Hilton, MP for the area, over the move. Hilton is the MP for the St. Andrew Western constituency, where the facility is a key source of income for many residents. This is something that the political class will have to work together on. It is not a simple matter of say we're closing down Riverton City, Holness said during an address at a joint sitting of the House of Parliament to mark 6 years of political independence for Jamaica. He said a comprehensive review of the management of garbage collection had been conducted and pledged that his administration will solve the crisis with public sanitation. Holness said the government will seek greater participation from and partnership with the private sector in waste collection, the introduction of waste-to-energy conversion, the commissioning of new properly constructed disposal facilities, and the decommissioning of numerous landfills. For decades, concerns have been raised about the location of the Riverton disposal site close to several residential neighborhoods. On numerous occasions, it posed a health risk owing to the stench on several fires. The latest blaze occurred in July. 148 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, 2 deaths reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 148 new COVID-19 cases and 2 deaths on Thursday, August 4, bringing the infection total to 146,843 and total deaths to 3,201. The new cases comprised 95 females and 53 males, with ages ranging from 47 days to 97 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 65, St. Catherine 29, Clarendon 18, St. Anne 11, Manchester 7, St. Thomas 6, St. James 4, Hanover 3, Westmoreland 2, Trelawney 1, Portland 1, and St. Elizabeth 1. The deceased are 2 males, ages 77 and 92, from St. Elizabeth, who died in July 2022. There were 101 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 94,257. Currently, 97 people are hospitalized, 22 of whom are moderately ill, 7 severely ill, and 4 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 16.3%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.